Being set up by the big side. Astralis bringing a lot of pace and acceleration out towards this lane control, trying to see if they can go quickly into B.
Smoke set at the ready, but aggression is coming forward from the big side. They'll press their way forward as Keto watches that side entrance. It's Tabson with the opener. Zipex caught off guard. Keto trying his best to suppress as Tabson gets his double. Farley can respond, but Tabson is still working inland here. Got backup all around him as Tizian presses forward, but does get overwhelmed. 3 on 2, and Farley is looking for the headshots that only go so far. Blame F is right behind him, and he can't do much more with it.
Astralis punishing the over-aggression. Big really wanted to try to put the pressure on, and you find now, even in a 3v5, you're still searching. You want to try and find a way back in, and even Tabson in this cubby quarter would love a multi-frag.
He's going to peek out, see a man as the Molotov comes in, was going to get forced out anyway. Zipex going to sandwich in Tabson, get another kill for his trouble. 5 on 2 now. One man left on the B site, one player also on the rotation. The AWP trying to get here. Oh, they haven't checked the corner though. The shot connects to Tizian, doubles up on Blame, and the bomb's denied. Fartham with the ultimate patience brings it into a 2 on 2 now with the bomb in the open. Zipex low, and Tizian hunting for more here. The spams desperate with so little time on the clock. Smoke's back, but Tizian so far ahead of it. He's peeking in for even more. A no-scope, in fact, on Config. Another one on Zipex. A quadra to keep it together for Big. 1 2 on 3 situations before so far in this matchup. They're going to be careful about this, though. Spread themselves apart. One player per site, one of which may be about to feed Farlig. And in fact, no, looking away at the wrong moment. Tabson timed that so well.
It didn't get legged in the process either. Can think about a reposition, try and get out to that long control. Now his teammate Akito's going to be far behind, so realistically for Tabson, another pick and staying alive could be really vital.
Just backed up, leaning in. Smoke sent down, he wins the fight on Zipex as well. Drive facing, trying to bait Blame to get a little bit closer. That nade's going to sail right past him and everything. Blame F sees the shoulder bait, and now backup can get called with a flash in from Keto.
I don't want to give away that information, and even Config's now picked up the AK. This could be a deadly round.
Smoke start to clear. Config's seen, but the headshot works better for the AK than it does for the M4. Astralis now have control. Can Big turn it around? Zipex has been seen once again. Tabson and Zipex both missing their shots. And the bomb now in their sights. Keto presses forward, but Config gets away with murder once again. Looking for his triple, but Tabson finally puts him down. Gets on that bomb, but little has anyone recognized the backstab from Farlig in from mid. Doubling up with a P250 and stealing forward. Searson's the only rifle. He does get that one frag, but Farley's got an AWP of his own. Searson held back on short, missing his next shot. Being flanked now, still connects on Tizian. Got to turn back towards Blame, who removes him from play. Farther than a 1 versus 3 with no choice but to save.
Beat them with pace, and we didn't even have the opportunity to discuss that this was a double eco status round. You had Searson on the AWP, you had force-ups for everybody else. There's pistols out because the economy is so wrecked there from Big, and Astralis have the call of let's send it. Let's go really quickly into that B side.
That's what I was saying earlier, right? All those rounds of damage that Astralis were doing, even though they weren't quite getting the victories on the board, 6 in a row with only 2 players staying alive, only with 1 player away. Perfect timing.
And no flash, very dry, and even Zip is out into the open, but the AWP gets punished. 2 players towards Donut now.
Enclave's been baiting Tabson, instant execution, headshot to the back. A 3 on 3 situation as a result. Big will gain the mid control, though. Astralis have abandoned it going into that B side quickly. It's all on Keto to stand his ground, but he's up in cave. He can't deny the bomb plant unless they plant it for the broken wall.
Just try to spam forward, stay alive for as long as possible. But now you might have to think about the save, especially with the Farfan going down now.
Yeah, Farley with that AWP pick, cutting out one of the players of the rotation. Tizian has seen the elbow of Glaive. He's got to look for Zipex next, and he's going to check the right angles. Just got to win those right fights, but his back's turned. Didn't check all the way, repeating mistakes of Astralis on the big side. Guns are back for Big. Familiar territory once again with the AWP up. Searson Config tanking a ton of damage to get out there in mid, giving Tizian a pretty easy kill. Searson with the assist. Molotov sent right back his way, gets caught off by the aim punch. Bay with a trade, doubles up as well.
Lovely stuff coming through, just working with that volley, forcing him out to the open, and now even continuing the pace over towards the B side. This round is finished.
Yeah, Zipex with his double Glaive, with a triple in the end, and maybe Zipex's criticism in this particular event. Once again, they've got a lurker out from Glaive. Keto caught by Blame F. Searson and Tabson wondering how they're going to break this, if they can do at all. The Deagles will force forward and Zipex will get caught off guard. Tabson's found a kill. 2 on 2. The AK's doing damage to Farlig. Hold the phone. Big have found a way into this round.
Oh, this is a tough duel though for Searson. Peeking up against the AWP. Farlig knows he's got so much time to play with. Needs to get Glaive into a good position.
You're just watching those doors. Glaive Did he see him? I don't know. Farlig has. That's a kill. Tabson working his way back into mid as the rotates start to come through. Won't hear the footsteps from here, I don't think. He might hear Glaive now. Just about. Smokes down to the A site, and he's going to go in for the long old flank.
Oh, Glaive's holding though. Still out towards Donut. The fight doesn't quite come through, and Astralis continue the streak and now take the lead.
Looking down as Blame F starts things off once again out towards that ramp position. Searson with an AWP to respond. Blame F continues to press the issue. Nades back as Tizian chimes in. A 3-on-3, but the B site has fallen. They've got to rotate back from mid and get back in. They're trying to deny that bomb plant if possible. The AWP of Farlig still fighting, so they're aware of at least that second man. Third unknown. And they'll go back to elbow, but no one's going to be.
Not at all. Blame F with that multi-frag. Currently first in the event for the most multi-frag rounds possible. Seriously, with the AWP, deals off the lurker, but they've got to start getting bodies back over to B.
Yeah, that's all important. Blame F is low HP. He's an easy frag, an easy target. Tizian's going to hunt for it. Gets back to the site, though. Engagement from Farven finds Zipex, and it's Blame F with the impossible task. Less than 10 points of health for an ace here. 2 already found. No more left in the round. Smokes down. Careful placement. He's hearing all those footsteps. Here's the tap of the bomb. He's not going to panic, though. He plays his cards right. Sees Searson's gun barrel. The smokes come in, and they just fire straight through it. Get that.
There's a danger of a CT falling if they get aggressive. Astralis now just trying to see if they can work any further more aggressive baits, and even Farfen's giving away the info. He's in Donut.
Tabson swings up. Zipex gets caught. Farlig with a responsive. Astralis maintain the man advantage, and Farlig even extends it, in fact. Now Farven and Keto, very different positions on this map. One is on that B site. Keto just going to wait for them to make their moves. Glaive will lead the charge. Will they check it this time? Looks like they might do with the Molotov. He'll get heard as smoke goes down. Spammed up to 18 HP as Farven's fallen. Great start. Astralis haven't even taken contact yet.
And there's a lot of press coming through from Zip, just knowing that he's got an MP9 in that sort of range. And Config waiting to see if he could spot any mid-control spots. A couple, gets away with one.
Well, Blame F found one in the opening, and Searson caught off with his knife in his hand. Farlig with a follow-up. Blame F will be traded at least for something back for Farven. Needs a double-up double against Zipex, and it's just not going to happen. The spray is just too far to the left-hand side. The accuracy of his crosshair and his spray transfer not there for him. Same thing for Tizian. Didn't even see Glaive. It seems like it. He might be playing mind games. Blame F with the opener. Farlig to press forward. Utility seen. Shot connects to the backup dancer. And the main attraction, Searson to drop. And Astralis have no signs of letting up against Big today.
Even Farfen's low. Surely this is an easy kill for Blame F as he spams through the smoke. 13 is looming, and Big cannot get going. Remember, Jay, this was a 6-0 start for them on Ancient. No. And even Tizian's going to get caught with his knife out. Surely an easy pick to come through from Config? Not quite.
You can see it, disaster sort of approaching when he started walking up the stairs with only the knife in hand, though. Tizian will stand his ground and fight the best he can, but at 22 HP.
Started on the T side. Astralis really climbing through, getting closer to that 16th, putting more util towards that elbow position and allowing Config to get aggressive.
Pushed up so far, seeing tabs on the jump, that's an easy kill. Rest of the team is going to make their way in towards A main, though. Flash is sent out, full send. Farlig with the AWP frags, 2 to his name. Triple may even get found against Tizian. He's missed the angle, though, but he's reduced the T side to 2.
Oh, Searson's out, the last one left, and the rotates are coming through. What a protocol that was from the AWP.
Config hunting for that first kill. Keto strikes instead.
A couple of players out towards that mid-control. Blame F just starting to hear that smoke clear, and Glaive catches the right timing, and Keto's looking the other way. What's going on?
Blame F's lining up 2 is what he's done. With Glaive's double up, that probably seals the deal on this map up. Tizian alone with the clutch, has the bomb at least at his feet. But surely he doesn't hold this.
Just when an opening man advantage is gained. What a crossfire that is being set. Glaive with 2, Blame F the same, and Tizian, he's got everything on his shoulders.
And that's it. Zipex with the closers, 16-7 for Astralis. Smoke there, looks like it was a T-side, so that might be a bit more of a mistake. And a mistake that Blame F will punish. 3 kills instantly. Just add water, just add USP bullets. But add Tizian and suddenly you have a trade.
It just shows how important that molly was to actually go down. Blame F punishing in that sort of stance, and now the info play comes through. Glaive aggressing in the upper tunnels should be met by Keto.
He's ready to receive him regardless. The headshot angle being watched. Glaive pressing forward from instant starts to slowing things down to the CT side, and that might be to their detriment. Keto with a double of his own, bringing it back to a 2-on-2 and opening up this B side.
Oh my goodness, this has changed the complexion of the round completely. Zip can spot for information over from the doors, but with the smoke going down, they've got the safety of getting the bomb plant in.
Yeah, retake on. I don't believe Astralis bought a defuse kit into this pistol round. They'll be working without one regardless. Both players coming in from the mid control. Tizian and Keto set up in varying positions here. With the heads tucked away, information not to be given up, and Zipex might get caught for a loop for it. Taps forward on Keto, doing his damage, looking away. As the engagement for Tizian works well, he strikes at the right moment. The man's not looking the right way, and Firelight has less than half the time remaining to go for the retake. A smoke is down to buy some cover. Tizian just popping his head up like a gopher, giving nothing away, giving nothing for Firelight here. In fact, you're bunning off his way out, try to look for the final kill, but Firelight at least strikes, runs out of ammo, and runs out of time. It's a pistol for Big, even though all 5 will fall.
Oh, Big embarrassed Astralis in that.
Find out with that, the guns are back in play. Both CT and T sides, CSGO with his AWP, however, finding Farlig through the smoke, initially set up for the boost, or trying to set up the boost out towards that mid position, but falling first and foremost, leaving Glaive alone with that AWP. Zipex also alone out here towards the pit controls. BlameF gets caught on long. Zipex does decent enough to get Tizian next. There's so many players around him. Molotov's trying to send him further forward. Config plays back him and does find Father next. Taps him with a responsive and doubles up.
Always so awkward in that sort of position from Astralis.
Nades down, doing not a lot of damage. Holds the angle from a semi-passive position. It's Zipex that gets caught first. Legged out and taken out.
Now, this round's pretty much already over. Config's just going to get annihilated, sandwiched down in towards the B side, try and deal with the B player that's coming out of the upper tunnels, and it just doesn't happen at all. What a crunch of map control. How quickly they got deep into mid.
And they're going in for even more. They're going for the hunt here. Tizian caught off by BlameF at least. That's something to be gained. Fending off the T side, who have quite a fair amount of cash, but at the same time, you think about how the reset happened on Ancient. You don't want to throw too much away here. Maybe this round is worth it for the hunt. Look their way in, Farven on 11 HP. Be fast out, and Config's going to shut down at least one player. The Mac 10 of Farven capitalizing upon the damage. Farley can only get a leg shot. Smokes down, incendiaries out from both sides. Going to try to suppress the execution while suppressing the rotations of the CTs. They can't break in early.
Even though a lot of damage has been done to Big, this is a very good position for the T side. 4v4 post plant and the upper tunnels control.
And they're going to flash their way in. Glaive, the first man out to the site, catches Keto off guard, turns quick 90 degrees on Tapsin. Farben and Searson, the AWPs, both held out in the same angle as well. Shots ringing but not connecting. Glaive sees one player backing off, and they're on the defuse, just sticking it. The nade on Farben gets him the drop, and Searson's out of there. No choice but to save. Overwhelmed in a 1 versus 4. Enough time against the Big side. They'll drive them back. The spray through for BlameF. Blind, but he just knew. He just knew Keto was out there. Zipex expecting Farben as they quickly rotate back into the A play. The AWP shot misses. The CTs will back up a little bit as Tizian can strike on one. Out towards long. Farlig's back's turned towards at least one angle, but which one is it? It's towards long on a site. It's the site. Searson gets his kill, but Tizian has fallen in turn. A 3-on-2 as the bomb gets part of the jump face attempted, but that cost BlameF his life. He does his damage. Tabson's good as dead, and it's all on Searson now, hitting the headshots, turning right back in, but looking away as he thought it was safe. He thought wrong. Ringing out, Glaive can try and suppress them. They might just press the issue though. Damage being done. He gets that one spray. Farben trading, Config responding. 4-on-3. They're such low HP. Tabson's forced to strike and he will be able to do so. Tizian lurking in for mid, cuts off the rotates as well. Zipex, however, won't go down without a fight. It's a 2v2.
Now, BlameF still getting into position, and both players going towards the upper tunnels. That's where Tabson is.
Oh, ready and waiting to receive. Is he going to whiff it this time? No, not against Zipex. Get exit. But BlameF, so much health compared to where Big are at. Where does he go? Backed up towards mid. And I think that might be the signs of a save here. He's slow walking, he's not rotating, he's not giving away info to his credit. But he's also not pushing the site, so this will be Big back in control. An 8th round to claim the T half.
Oh, he might get some more exit damage though. Try and see if he can drop these last couple of players. Tabson's low as well. The M4's going to find a couple. Astralis lose that round, but they keep it expensive.
Thinking there might be something here for the Astralis camp, but there is something on the short control, and tabseN will find it.
Oh, look at the timing coming through from Keto out towards the long position, as well with a teammate. They're all starting to move in the default.
Such low HP, meanwhile his squad start to strike out 1A, the taps of Tizian, not quite good enough. Keep your eyes on that minimap, because that battle's still going around. Amongst the smokes, Glaive sees Keto first, and gets back the advantage for Astralis.
Big just pincering everywhere in that 3v5. Short, long, and the B side all at once. And now they find themselves in a position in which tabseN is finding so much space. Surely the B play is here now.
Their backs are turned towards that mid position. Zipex is trying to adjust towards it, but Glaive's got his head on a swivel. tabseN swings, spray through the M4 isn't quite there for him. And Glaive adjusts towards that stack position as tabseN goes down. It's all on Tizian, 15 seconds to win the clutch, and it's just not going to happen. Doesn't look up, looks out to sight, and that's the mistake. Chunky execution from 3 players at the T side, trying to break their way into that B site. It's Glaive down, farven. Going to remove him. The AWP holding, it's Config, strikes tabseN, however, taps heads, knows that Config is on the site, needs to win that fight. Where does he peek out to the left-hand side, which is where he'll get knocked down, but CSGO still striking. Tizian, a similar story, gains back access, but at low HP, blameF could still be the man to take him down. CSGO now backing it up in the round.
If there's anyone in a clutch situation, though, you probably want blameF. 1v2, Tizian on low HP, it's all down to the big man.
Slow walking into the AWP's hands, though. It's perfect for the AWP's kill. Leg shot through the doors, and with that, they know that they've cut them off, but not quite cut them out. Farling with his pick, Glaive with the SMG, providing support as Farling adjusts the Keto, and just like that, Big have capitulated at the end of the half.
As soon as they lose that mid player, as soon as they lose the AWP, they want to act. They want to quickly get into that B side, and the protocol is there. How quickly Astralis started sending numbers over to B.
Tizian left alone in another impossible clutch situation, maybe getting Config, maybe isolating this pistol. Right around the corner, he doesn't know about it. He's so paranoid, so twitchy, he doesn't know where to go with this. The bomb is on his back, and he can work into the A side, but blameF checks at the right.
Over-rotated towards B. No one's in a great position right now.
Yeah, only Tizian really towards long players inbound from short, suppressed by those smokes. That's the AK of farven. A re-smoke comes down as well, so won't be allowed access. They have the kit on him and everything, so short has got to be a successful take. Flash forward, Scout being spotted. Burst fire of the Galildo does his damage to the pistol players as Zipex gets tabseN. Looks for Tizian the same. With farven being marked, he's got to fall back and save.
Again, uncharacteristic with the buy here from Big, and definitely something unorthodox, and they still make it expensive. Try and see if they can hold on to that AK, bring it into the next round. And Farfen just playing down. Doesn't seem like there's any more exposure to come through from Farlig. And Astralis tighten up the scoreline once again. It's getting closer.
Way in that nade. Still doesn't land towards Glaive. They must know that he's low. Keto with a fantastic headshot. And Farling will look for the bomb plant. Spam through the boxes as more CTs force forward. tabseN's core, but there's farven with the AWP pick. Farling still not caught off by Keto, and both CTs are so low. Keto's now dead. farven jump facing. And still not connecting his bullets. It looks to fall away once again. Sneak out of the site and sneak out of the round.
Astralis want to try and pin this AWP. Make sure there's no way that Farfen holds onto it. And you can see they're pushing forward.
Oh, what a shot for farven though. blameF down. Now that they know where he is, Astralis will be safe and sound. And the fact that they have made this round work. Oh, the drop down from Farlig, and farven barely gets that as dodge. Scoping, he's got to stand and fight. He's got to get this kill. He wants to try and stay alive. He won't do it. Blinded, but he is still thrown down. Sees one, forced to reload. The taps to the AK for blameF takes Tizian out the fold. tabseN lines up too low, but blameF hangs in there. Brings it to a 3-on-3.
Oh, blameF is feeling it, mate. He's even dropping down. There's a CT close to him.
He sees farven instead. Spray back. Keto bails him out. 2 HP for farven, but Keto's dropped in turn. CSGO the AWPer on high HP, and farven needs perfect taps. That Molotov doesn't even land on shore as farven domes in Farlig. And now it's all Zipex now. Bomb in the open. farven tries to get there with the defuse kit. Further flashes in, the spray through, the bullets don't connect it. He's got CSGO, he's got the wrong man, but he presses forward anyway. And Astralis with 6 in a row get the lead.
Mate. Now.
Taps on, swing out from one player on short, gonna look for Glaive in the end. They'll peek together. Config with 2 trades though, gets them both from the flank angle that Astralis was setting up. And Big caught unawares once again. CSGO now making noise, trying to indicate about the drop down. We'll drop down for real this time though. Config. Oh, it's an easy access to the site. CSGO's not even going to challenge it.
This is so worrying for Big right now. Really looks like they're going to have to fight it out in that lower bracket final. And just consider the fact there of how important that trigger discipline was for Config. The fact that he waited after his team group here. They're in a difficult position. They've done some HP damage to Sirison and Keto, and Glaive's making space, but it is still that 3v5.
Smoke set with Molotovs down, the AWP counting all that short play. Glaive now walking into the B site, and no one's really watching window or the doors. I think they think the car's clear. Keto keeping himself tucked away, and they must be hearing these footsteps now. Sawing out for another headshot on 4 HP. Oh, even tags up Blame. Looking for Zipex next, now diving onto the site, finally overwhelmed. It's all Father now, catches one, tries to deny the bomb plot, and now the rest of the backup has arrived. Over towards A, incendiary backstairs and has that smoke for cover, takes some damage. Still finds the angles with the Molotov sent right back towards him. Tabson combining with Searson's damage though. Getting the nade kill onto Glaive, bringing it back to a 4-on-4. Further util, the fire thrown out. 20 seconds extinguished by the smoke, and they're forced to plant now. Flash in for Searson, about to set up his teammates for the retake. Tizian finds a fight onto Zipex. One more player in the mid control. Might be a spanner in the works here for Big, and he's slowly creeping up as Tabson with a kill. Config with a responsive, and Blame F with 2 to get. Alongside his teammates, Config chimes in. It's Keto alone. Big need this round desperately, and Keto can't do it. Config with a double ult's working so wonderfully for them. Look at how aggressive the CTs are. Farthen looking down into the tunnels, needs to get Blame F and Glaive. They line up for him. That's an important sequence for Farlig. Will not let it go unanswered.
At least they've got the information. That AWP from Sirison fired away out from the mid doors, and a double crossfire at long.
Tizian will strike on the first man, jump face against Farlig, and Keto playing anti-flash. That's better for Big. We need to see that every single round here, because Astralis, they're on that point. Only 3 of them to their credit, which gives Big a bit of breathing room. Not the most important. Big caught, flashed off, Molotov sent down his direction. Completely blinded on Keto's part. Config with 1 and 2, almost 3. So close towards it, and Blame F will finish off the job. Everything from both sides sent into long, and Astralis will come up far better for it.
Config showing a masterclass right here on Dust 2. He's really shaped up to be someone special in a map like this. A double kill. You could almost call it 3 when that initial trade comes through, and now they're grouping together, Jay. Playing as a unit, moving into the upper tunnels. B's open right now.
As Farven's left the bomb site and everything. No way back in to defend it. They've got to go all down to the retakes. No saving for Big this time. And Searson's so far away. He'll start to make his way up with the AWP, but surely this is impossible, Greg.
Farlig in the upper tunnels with the AWP. Just scoped in on the angle.
He's not going to move. The noise building, the pressure mounting. Farthen back to make his move in, and his move out of the round. Maybe out of the match. Searson alone with an AWP for a retake. 4 players on site now. He'll peek and prod, but he will be pummeled in. 16